The single biggest factor about getting your puppy housebroken is getting the puppy outside and building on success. Now, I'm going to put Tracer on the ground here because you shouldn't be holding your puppy all the time, and don't put your puppy in your lap. I want to talk about housebreaking real quick. You can get your dog housebroken by 13 weeks, no problem. Meaning the dog can figure out that, like, it wants to go outside to go to the bathroom. You do not want the dog to go to the bathroom in its crate. That is the number one goal. You're going to crate train the dog. You're not going to do not put wee-wee pads in the crate. Do not even bring wee-wee pads in the house. Do you want the dog housebroken quickly? Don't use wee-wee pads at all. There's no reason to be doing that. That is just a sign of a lazy person and a person that is uninformed. They're scented with a pheromone that smells like shit and piss to the dog. It'd be like bringing shit and piss inside. So with that said, once you get the dog to go to the bathroom outside, take it, the dog doesn't have all its shots, right? So you're not going to take it to a park, right? But you can take it out in your backyard. If you live in a building or something, just take it right outside the door. That's it. If you feel unsafe about it, take bleach. Spray that area with bleach that you're going to take the puppy to. And also remember, sun sanitizes. So if you're taking the dog to some place where sun's coming down, you just don't take the dog around other dogs. If you're going to, it's worth it. Get your dog at shots and just start taking it out. Don't take it anywhere. You could just as easily bring in parvo or distemper on your shoes. Now, I don't want to make everybody paranoid, but that's a fact. Don't pet other dogs. Don't pet puppies. Don't go to a puppy store if you have a puppy. If you're a breeder and you have puppies, don't let anybody come over and pet the puppy. They might have petted a dog with parvo. You need to use some common sense, but you can get the dog housebroken real quick. 13 weeks. You got a backyard? Be good to go. You don't have another dog back there? You don't let your friend bring their dog over. It might be unvaccinated. But so the way you do this by 13 weeks is by losing sleep. Tracer's been here since Saturday night. It's Monday morning. Tracer has not had an accident. Why do you think that is? Because I'm losing sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night and take the dog out. Last night, for much of the night, I slept on the floor by the crate, and if I heard Tracer moving, I got up and took the puppy out. That's how you get the dog housebroken by 13 weeks. It's not by using wee-wee pads. You use wee-wee pads, you know what you're going to end up with? A dog that is never housebroken, and you're buying that product. That's what they want you to do. They want you to buy this product for the lifetime of the dog. It's another product that is sold to the American public. It says on a training aid, the only reason why those should ever be used is for, like, medical reasons. Like, say you have a dog that had surgery or something, the dog, something like that the dog really can't go outside. You need the dog to take a pee inside. You can put that down. And a dog that is housebroken, they smell the pee, they're more apt to take a pee inside. Puppy, so that's key. That's key. And the other factor about housebreaking your dog is that if it's on a raw diet, you're gonna have a much quicker time getting the dog housebroken. Why? Because when you feed the dog kibble, what they do is they eat it, and it expands inside the dog and pushes out. Your raw diet is hydrated already with the proper amount of water, and it's not going to expand like that. You're going to have smaller poops. It's not going to drink as much water. You give the dog any type of pet food, they're going to drink. You have them on raw diet. We don't see that with dogs. If you have an older dog that was on pet food, they have a tendency to drink. When you switch them over to raw diet, because it's behavioral, they'll drink, and it's so much more beneficial for your dog to be on raw diet. One, they don't get bloat. They don't get bloat on raw diet. They get bloat on all these cereals and grains that we give in the pet food. It's not healthy for your dog, okay? Want the dog housebroken by 13 weeks, get it on a raw diet and start losing sleep. When you get success with the dog, when the dog goes to the bathroom outside, pee or poop, throw a party, good girl, good boy, like that. Make sure the dog knows that that is what you want the dog to do. One other thing. Hey, she's going crazy. I need to work with the puppy. With the crate, if the dog goes to the bathroom in the crate, you do not want the dog to go to the bathroom in the crate. Never put wee-wee pads in the crate. And if your dog has an accident in the crate, it's your fault because you didn't take the dog out soon enough. Clean the crate up real good with white vinegar or a product like Nature's Miracle, something like that. Make sure that it doesn't smell like pee or poop. And if the dog has pee or poop, man, get that dog clean. You want that crate spotless. And the same thing goes for your house. The size of the dog's crate is extremely important. If you're trying to housebreak the dog needs enough room that it can stand up and turn around in and lay down. That's it. It doesn't need a lot of space. Think of it as the dog's den. And too big a space, what's going to happen is that the dog will go to the bathroom in an area of the crate and try and get away from it, but it won't be able to get away from it. So like if you're in a situation where, you had to go somewhere and you can't take the puppy, you can't watch the puppy, then you would use a pen because that way the dog could go to the bathroom and get away from it. I hope this makes sense. So your crate, your ultimate goal is if you could crate train it and be around the puppy, take off work for 2-3 weeks, whatever, and keep getting the puppy out. That's what you want to do. If you have to go somewhere, you use a puppy pen, and then if the dog goes to the bathroom, it can get away from the poop. If it goes to the bathroom in the crate, you're screwing up. So your ultimate goal is don't let the dog go to the bathroom in the crate. And if it does, clean it up and clean the dog up and keep it spotless. And for God's sakes, if the dog is in the house, the puppy's in the house, you have it on a leash at all times like this. You walk around with the dog. Get the dog used to walking with you. Don't let the dog run over to the window and start barking at stuff. You're going to just create problems. Like I said, in another 6 months, this dog, or most dogs, it depends on what the breed is. Like, this wouldn't be the case of a Labrador, but like an Australian Shepherd, Australian cattle dog, terriers, at 6-7 months, they can jump over a picnic bench and kill and eat a rat. It runs around the house, it's going to go to the bathroom and get away from it, and then you're going to find out about it later. But if that happens, you clean that up with white vinegar, 1 cup to a gallon of water, or Nature's Miracle, something like that. Something that just masks the smell, like the dog can smell through that. When your dog is young like this, let me pick Tracer up so you can see how young Tracer is. Here. She's sitting there being good. When a dog is young like this is a 10-week-old dog, and the dog is out in the house, it is on a leash, okay? There's no time that Tracer is running around the house off of a leash. She's right by me. If I'm with her, I'm walking around the house with her, I'm teaching her to walk on the leash. You don't let the dog run around. And one other thing, and it's a little off subject from housebreaking, don't hand wrestle with the dog. You're training the dog to bite your hand. You're interacting with the dog like you're another puppy. You're not. You're a human, and the dog is living in a human world. Do not hand wrestle, get down on the ground and wrestle with the dog. That's inappropriate. You're going to teach your dog to play. Watch more videos, and I'll show you how to do this. You're going to teach the dog how to retrieve. That is a proper thing that you should be doing with the dog. And it doesn't involve the dog biting your hand. I got to put her back down. Look at how cute she is. This is a munchkin face dog. Look at her. See how she's trying to bite my hand? I'm not going to let her do that, okay? They shouldn't be teething on your hand. A proper thing for your dog to use as a pacifier is not your hand. It would be like a deer antler. Go get a deer antler because that's going to be helpful with housebreaking too. The reason for this is that if you use something like a rawhide, once again, they're going to ingest it. There's no nutritional value to it. It's going to expand in the dog. Dog's going to get diarrhea. Don't let the dog get diarrhea, okay? So the only thing I recommend is a deer antler. That is it. Because they could get a little bit of calcium, but they're not going to be ingesting some type of product. One other thing, don't get those plush toys because you put those cute little stuffed animals in there. Dog like this is going to rip it up. It's going to start ingesting that fiber-filled stuff in there. That's non-digestible stuff. Why are you buying those? Because they're cute? Do you want a good dog? Do you want a dog that listens? Do you want a healthy dog? Don't buy shit from BarkBox, okay? Once again, that is a company that's selling you garbage. Just like Fresh Patch or Wee Wee Pads. It's garbage, okay? You don't need it. What you need to do is spend time with the dog, training the dog, or find somebody like me that can get the dog trained so that you can work with the dog. That's what you need to be doing. Don't buy garbage. Stay away from BarkBox. It's a joke. You're a good dog owner. You're not buying garbage for the dog to make yourself feel better. You shouldn't be doing that. And don't get your Petco and PetSmart. That is not dog training. That's garbage once again. You need a dog trainer and they say that they're a dog whisperer. Stay away from them. That's a joke too. You want a balanced trainer. That's what you would be looking for, a balanced trainer. Hey! We gotta work.